Today in the Whiskey 7 lab, we're going to take this. We're going to turn it to one of these. Not the watch, we're just making watch bands here, but we're going to run you through our process on how we make a rugged band. So follow along. First thing first, we got to get it laser cut. All right, so now we got our leather laser cut out, washed and dried. We can move on to the next step. So as you can see, we've got our three main leather components here: strap end, the buckle end, and then the loop. All right, let's hold everything together there. And then we've got our two laminate stiffeners. Again, this is going to be able to go in and make sure our leather watch band performs like a nylon watch band. So the way those will work, flip these guys over, we'll go to glue them in, stick them on, line them up, and those will be contained on the inside, making this a much more rugged watch band. So now we're gonna go through and skive the ends, because we wanna have a nice seamless transition as the leather folds, and then get the stitch. Now we're gonna go through our skiving. So we've got this blocky piece of leather right here. As you can see, as you fold it, we get to our three layers. See how thick that is? What we want to do is skive it, and that means slice off a very thin layer of both ends, so that way it sits a lot flatter. So we're going to do that using our skiving machine right here. As you can see, basically it's just a razor blade that has a roller on it, and what it's going to do is it's going to allow us to slide this through and slice off a very even amount of leather. Slice that off nice and thin now. So now you can see when it's folded up, it is a much nicer profile there. All right, next step in this process is we're gonna bevel our edges. So as you can see, again, just like on the ends, we had those really sharp pieces. We're gonna do the same thing here with the edges of the leather. All right, so we're going to bevel those and make sure it has a nice round edge. It's aesthetic and it's gonna be a lot more comfortable to wear. So we have a special tool right here. So it's got a super fine little hook and a little blade that's going to allow us to slice off the perfect amount on the outside here. Laminate stiffeners here, so these will get sewn through as well as glued through, so you have that redundancy for that longevity. So we're going to go and glue them up right next. You can see how that looks. Pretty straightforward. Just take glue, put it on nice and even. So we're going to do a real thin coat. We don't want to get it all thick and globby. Then we're going to take our laminate here, line it up, apply those stiffeners. See, and they're nice and even. Second one, see a little better here. Again, we got our nice holes, line everything up, all nice and even. There, even on the sides, we don't want anything poking out. Fold it in half. So this one's a little bit different because we're going to take our loop that we just sewed, slide it over top here, making sure we're staying in between our two burn lines right there. Fold everything over with that 1/8 inch lip. All right, so these rugged bands, we're using T90 thread here because T70 just ain't good enough. So we're gonna swap the color over from a previous project, get it all set up, and get through some stitching. All right, we're all done with stitching, and now we're gonna hit up the sides and finish them up, just get them a little nicer and neater looking. So off to the sander. Sanding's all done, now we're gonna get the burnishing. All this does is take a whole lot of this wood here and it rubs down all the fibers and makes them nice and even. Let's see what that looks like just now. A little bit of friction on there. Laying those fibers down. Really cleans up those edges, makes them look nice. Hit up all the sides here. And not a whole lot of pressure. Just enough to get these fibers to cooperate. Thing up. So we got everything burnished, beveled. We'll do our final oiling before we ship it out. Then we got our final hardware assembly, and we're gonna call this thing done. So to install this, pretty straightforward. You can take your center pin, pop it in, cross pin, make sure it goes through the center pin, like so. Let's get our buckle on. Fits right in there. That's it, ready to go. So as you can see, we got this awesome texture to the rugged bands here. Nice, easy upkeep. You don't gotta treat them as gentle as you'd treat a veg tan watch band, because we got that stiffener in the middle there that'll integrate with all these holes right here. So no matter which one you have it on, it'll lock in. All that tension will be stitched through these corners here, having that stiffener, keeping everything the way it should be for years of abuse. That wraps it up for us. As you can see, we made a pair of rugged watch bands. I think it came out really good. I'm excited for them. If you like this, you can get them on our website. We got a whole bunch of different sizes and 2 different colors. So check them out, and thanks for tuning in.